Namaste everybody, my name's Gayatri and I'm going to be sharing a little bit of spiritual wisdom with you tonight. But before we start, I'd like to practice a little bit of kirtan or mantra meditation to music. This will set our consciousness up so that we're able to receive this spiritual wisdom in the right consciousness. So I'm going to sing the mantra Om Hari Om, and you respond. I sing it, you respond. I'm going to sing it through twice. So the mantra is Om Hari Om. Just take it into your ears, let it flow into your mind and then into your heart. And just open your heart to this beautiful sacred sound. Your turn now. So around 27 years ago, my life was definitely not going how I had planned it to go. I'd tried so hard in this life to find happiness. I'd tried every avenue possible. And 27 years ago, I was feeling anxious, depressed, and really sad. Sad that my life wasn't a happy one. I didn't know what to do, where to turn. And I was walking down the main street of Burleigh Heads and I saw a sign which said, free meditation classes. I thought maybe this will help. Change of direction maybe. So I went along to that class, and little did I know that that class was going to change my entire life, that I was going to take a U-turn and take a completely different direction in life. And I'll tell you now, it is a wonderful direction. We really need to take a different direction in our life if we're unhappy and looking for more in our lives. And the first thing that they told me at this meditation class was that I'm not the body, that I'm an eternal spiritual being temporarily residing within a material body. So there's two distinct energies. There is the spiritual energy, which is me and you, the eternal living being. And there is the material energy, which is everything we see around us, and these bodies, and also our minds. Our minds are made of material energy or matter, but they're on a more subtle level. So in actual fact, I am a spiritual being, and I'm covered by a subtle material body, the mind, and then over the top of that is this gross physical body made of matter. Yet I am eternal and spiritual, temporarily residing within this temporary body and mind. And I'd like to read you a couple of verses from the Bhagavad Gita, this wonderful instruction book on how to live our lives and how to achieve transcendence. Know that which pervades the entire body is indestructible. No one can destroy the imperishable soul. Only the material body of the indestructible, immeasurable, and eternal living entity is subject to destruction. Never was there a time that I did not exist, nor you, nor all these kings, nor in the future shall any of us cease to be. As the embodied soul continually passes in this body from boyhood to youth to old age, similarly, the soul passes into another body at the time of death. The self-realized soul is not bewildered by such a change. So apart from this yoga wisdom, this great yoga wisdom, there's also scientific evidence that we are not the body. Scientists have proven that every cell in our bodies are changed every 5 years. So we can look back through our photo albums or maybe digital photos, take it right back to when you were a baby, and then just really look at those photos, look at those bodies. That baby body was nowhere, nothing like the 5-year-old body, and the 5-year-old body was again completely different at the age of 10. And then you can go through every 5 years and look at those different bodies, constantly changing bodies. Yet you know that you are the constant factor through all those changing bodies. You remember existing from a very early age. Personally, I remember when I was probably 18 months old, sitting underneath my mother's chair, sucking on a biscuit and trying to talk like my mother, thinking, how can she talk so fast? And I couldn't talk, so I was getting louder and louder. And I can remember very distinctly that I was existing then. I remember the house we lived in, and I remember my mom, and I remember her friend Housie, and I definitely existed in that little child body, and I'm existing now. So I, the eternal living entity, are the constant factor through the ever changing bodies. So as it says here, that we pass in this lifetime from boyhood to youth to old age. Similarly, at the end of this life, we will pass into another body. So we are existing with or without a body. We are eternal. There's never been a time we did not exist, and never in the future will any of us cease to be. And this is a really profound spiritual understanding or spiritual realization. So you often hear the word self-realization, and this is actually what it means to fully realize the self. And we can get an understanding of, I'm not the body. It's easy, even kids can understand, yeah, I'm a spirit soul, I'm not my body, I'm not my mind. But to actually realize it is on another level. And what will help us to realize that we are not the body is this mantra meditation. It works hand in hand with spiritual knowledge. So we need some spiritual knowledge. We need to know who we are and what our goals should be in life. And we need this mantra meditation in order to cleanse our spiritual consciousness so that we can fully realize that we are spiritual beings. And when we are fully realized, we will be living our life according to our true nature as that spiritual being, as a spirit soul or a jiva atma. And when we are living in harmony with our true nature and living our life according to our true nature, then life becomes very, very harmonious. We find that deep inner happiness, that spiritual happiness that we're searching for. Everyone in the world is searching for happiness. But somebody who thinks that they are the body is going to be looking in a completely different direction to somebody who understands who they are. For instance, if you think you're the body, where are you going to find happiness? You're going to find happiness in matter. But somebody who is transcendentally realized, they actually look for happiness in the spiritual realm, because they have this understanding that I am eternal and I am made of spiritual energy. I'm spiritual in essence. So therefore, no matter how hard we struggle to find happiness in this material world, we're not going to be able to find it here, because matter is not, it won't go deep enough to satisfy you, the soul. Happiness is a spiritual condition. And when you realize who you are, you start to change your direction in the way you look for happiness, then you start to, find that inner spiritual happiness that we're looking for. And I always like to use the analogy, it's like sitting down at a big feast and you're a starving person. You need that spiritual food and you've been starving for a long, long time, and you come to this big giant feast and you sit down and you don't know where to start. It's huge. And it goes all the way, outside this room and around corners into other rooms, and you just have to start at the beginning. And understanding you're not the body is actually the beginning, the entree. So start at the entree, and just take one little mouthful at a time, and gradually you'll find, even in the beginning, when a starving person sits at a feast, you take that one mouthful and you start to feel like you're filling up, because you know that that feast is not going to go away. It's there with you. It's going to wait for you. So this is how I found coming into contact with this spiritual knowledge and this spiritual sound vibration, that I felt that I was starting to fill up right from the beginning. Even from that first yoga class, I thought, this is what I've been looking for all my life. Finally, I've found it. So I've been practicing this mantra meditation and studying this spiritual wisdom now for 27, 28 years. And my life continues to improve. I've never been so happy. I feel inner peace. I feel a profound inner happiness. I don't define success anymore, which is relating to the body. Once it was, you had to be successful, you had to have the money, you had to have the stuff of life. But I know for a fact that did not make me happy, because I had it all. I had everything that you could possibly want. And I still couldn't understand why I wasn't happy. And the reason I wasn't happy was because I was lacking spiritual food. We need spiritual food in order to be happy. And this spiritual food is from mantra meditation. If you add these mantras to your life in some way, there's many different ways that you can actually apply this meditation. If you go back into our YouTube channel or to our Facebook page, we've got many different ways that you can practice mantra meditation. My favorite is kirtan, and I love my japa on beads as well, my meditation beads. So I practice this on a daily basis, and I haven't missed a day for 27 years. And that's the secret to it. Mantra meditation is something that you need to practice on a regular basis. And it will purify the material contamination covering your hearts and minds. It will uncover your true self and allow you to live your life according to your true nature, and find that profound inner happiness that we're all seeking in life. So I ask you to just please try it. Try this meditation and try it for a month, every day. even if it's just 5 or 10 minutes. That's how I started, just 5 or 10 minutes a day. And the more I practice over a period of time, the more I'm understanding, I'm finding my true self, and I'm becoming more and more realized, self-realized. It's a journey. It doesn't happen overnight, but it's a wonderful journey. And once you start taking that first step, then it just keeps getting better. So go back and find some more information on our page about mantra meditation. Apply it in your life, and I can guarantee that you will find that inner peace and happiness that you're looking for. So namaste. Thank you very much. We're going to do another 5-minute kirtan session. And also you can find a lot more kirtan. We have a lot of kirtan on our YouTube channel, The Mantra Room Brisbane. So head over there, like our page, or I think you subscribe to YouTube, don't you? Subscribe to our channel, and then you'll get notifications every time we put kirtan up. But we're going to be putting it up regularly. We have live streaming from the Mantra Room every night from 6:30 till 8. So in these troubled times that we're living in, this is just a huge relief when you know you're not the body and you're not the mind. You're actually conquering death. You don't have a fear of death anymore because you know that you are existing with or without a body. And when you know you're not the body, you're changing bodies as it is now. So when you get to the end of your life, you just change bodies again, and it's no big deal for a transcendentalist. It's like taking off your clothes, going into the shower. You don't get upset when you leave your clothes on the floor. So it's like that with our body. So we can take comfort and we can take refuge in this spiritual wisdom. So I'm going to sing another mantra now. And the mantra is Gauranga. And I'll sing it 3 times. And you guys respond 3 times. Thank you very much. I'll see you again soon.